Good morning children. Welcome back to our IT class. Today we are going to discuss the continuation of chapter 5 formulas and function in Excel. In last class we have learned how to give a reference within two worksheets. Also we have learned to give reference between workbooks. Then we learned how to customize a worksheet tab. Today we are going to discuss the last topic in this chapter, that is functions. Functions. Functions are predefined formulas. Using this, we can perform simple and complex calculations. The function accepts arguments and returns some values. That is, we can give input to a function and it will return some values. These arguments can be text or number format. The values should be given within opening and closing parentheses. For example, this is a function. Sum is a function, some range of values. It is a function used to find sum of some range of values. For each function, there should be an opening and closing parenthesis. So that represents a function. Next is rules for using functions. These are the four rules. These are the four rules for using a function. First one. The function must begin with an equal to sign. Second one. Function name must be a valid Excel name. Third rule. Function must be followed by an opening and closing parenthesis. Fourth rule. Most of the function must contain argument within it. These are the four rules for using a function. We have to follow these four rules while using a function. Next is categories of functions. These are the four categories of functions. We can classify functions into four types. First one is mathematical function. Second one, date and time function. Third one, logical functions. Fourth one, text functions. So these are the four categories of functions. First one is mathematical functions. Mathematical functions are used for performing mathematical operations like addition, subtraction, multiplication. These operations can be performed easily using this mathematical function. Next is date and time function. These functions calculate day, month and year in a date and hour, minute, second in a time. So for this we can use date and time function. Next is logical function. Logical functions evaluate some conditions and it will give result as true or false value. For example, it will check if x greater than 5, that is a condition. It will check the condition and if the condition is true, then it will give true as the result. Otherwise, the result will be false. So this type of function is known as logical function. Then fourth one is text function. Text functions perform operations on strings. Strings means it's a collection of characters, that is known as string. So this text functions performs operations on strings such as finding the length of a string, joining two or more strings. So these are some examples of text functions. Children, we will study these functions in detail.
Let's learn about mathematical functions. These are some mathematical functions we are using in Excel document. First one is sum. Function can be represented using parenthesis, opening parenthesis and closing parenthesis. So this is a function. It returns sum of a range. Example, sum of 4, 8, 12, 16. So the sum of these values is output will be 40. Then next function, product. Product function. it multiply the values in range of cells. If I am giving input equal to product 4, 2, 8, then it will multiply 4 into 2 into 8. Result will be 64. Next function is mod, number comma divisor. It returns remainder after a number is divided by the divisor. Example, mod 8 comma 5. The result is 3. That means it will display the remainder. The remainder is 3. Next function is sqrt function. It returns the square root of the given number. For example, sqrt inside parenthesis, I have given 81. Then the output will be 9. That is square root of 81. That is 9. Next one is int function. It round number to an integer value. Example, int 14.24. So it will round the number into an integer value. 14.25. What is the, after rounding the value, we will get result as 14. Next function is power function. It returns the result of a number raised to some power. Example, power 5 comma 3 means 5 raised to 3. That is 5 into 5 into 5. So result is 125. Okay. Next function is count function. Count function returns the count of the number of values in the selected range. Count function return count of the number of values in the selected range. If I am giving input as count 4, 8, 12. So the result is 3. Here it will count the number of values in the range. In the bracket there are 3 values. So it will count the number of values inside the bracket. So the result is 3. Next function is round function. It returns number after rounding to the specified digits. That is round 35.666 to, after rounding the result, it will give 35.67. ABS function. It returns absolute value of a given number. Example, if I am giving ABS minus 25, output will be 25. That is, it will give the absolute value of the number. That is, without any sign, it will give the result. Next is date and time functions. Here, the first function is today. There are different date and time functions. First one is today. It returns the current date. For example, in Excel, I am giving equal to today. Then output will be today's date. Here, it returns the current month. Next is day. It returns current day. Next function is now. It returns the current system date and time. That means it returns the date and time of system. In the computer, what is the date and time? It will display the system date and time. Okay. So these are the two functions, mathematical functions, date and time functions. Date and time functions are of 4 types: today function, month, day, now. Whereas mathematical functions are sum, product, mod, sqrt, int, power, count, round and ABS. These are mathematical functions. So children, all of you take page number 68. Let's see how to do the mathematical functions in Excel. In mathematical function, we have learned many functions. First one is sum. Let's see how to do this sum function. For this, first you have to give equal to, then sum 4, 8, 12, 16. Put bracket and then press enter. 40 is the answer. Then let's see the next function, product. Equal to product in bracket. I'm going to give 4, 2, 8. That is, it will give the product of 3 values. Result is 64. 4 into 2 into 8, that is 64. Next is mode. Mode function gives remainder of the 2 values. Remainder after by doing division. It will give remainder equal to mode 8, 5. So result will be 3. Okay. The next function sqrt. It will give square root of the number equal to sqrt 81. What is the square root of 81? That is 9. See, the result is 9. The next function, int. In equal to int. Then in bracket, you have to give 14.25. So it will convert this number into integer. So the result is 14. That is, without fraction, it will give integer value. That is the use of int function. Next is power. Power equal to power in bracket. You have to give 5, 3. That means 5 power 3. 5 raised to 3. 5 into 5 into 5. The result will be 125. Okay. Then next function is count. Equal to count 4, 8, 12. It will give the count of the number of values in the bracket. So how many values are there in the bracket? 3. So the result is 3. Next is round function. Round 35.666, 2. Next function is round. It returns number after rounding to specified digit. Here I have given 2. That is, after decimal point, it will display 2 digits. That is 0.666 become 0.67. 35.67. Next function is ABS function equal to ABS minus 25. That is, this function return absolute value of a given number. So without any symbol, it will give the absolute value. So the result is 25. So these are, next we will learn date and time functions. First one is today. For this you have to give equal to today. Then give parenthesis. Then press enter. Today is 4th September 2010. 2021. 4th September 2021. It will display today's date. Next function is month. For this, you have to give equal to month in bracket. You have to give today. That is, it will return current month. Okay. Next function is day. So you have to give equal to day. Then inside you have to give today. So it will return current day. Today is 4th September. So today is 4th. Okay. The next function is now. You have to give like this. Equal to now. It will return current system date and time. Here in the system, can you see time is 21:43 and date is 4/9/2021. This date and time will display. Okay, now function return current system date and time.
So children, we have come to the end of today's session. Today we have learned about functions in Excel. Functions are predefined formulas in Excel. Using functions, we can perform simple and complex calculations. A function can accept arguments and it must return some value. And it will give some value. Arguments means we can give input to a function and this input can be of number format or text. Then a function should have a name and it should be followed by opening and closing parentheses. And then we learn different types of functions in Excel. That is mathematical functions, date and time functions, logical functions and text functions. Hope all of you understood this topic. All of you read the textbook and study well. We will meet in the next class. Thank you.